So voice is open and I am ready. So batwing we have seen, now we are going to see the cardiac output. Okay, is the voice clear? Stavropol, Christo Shidisiat, ये Panimayu, Paruski. Voice is open and I am. Okay. So I cannot give any commitment, but yes, Dhawan sir is very close to me and is such a nice person. It'll be the biggest thing if he can again join our platform and help the students, because he is very genuine person. He always want to help everyone, not money minded, not greedy. So really wish he come forward, take some free session if they are teach also in a proper classes with us. Okay. Fine. Okay. Sunil, will give an idea, okay, clear, what you can do, okay, because I can ask for anything, okay, and they will be willing to oblige, okay, but again, we also have to understand, we should not harm the work, okay, in case we say all subject free, then they will say, sir, हमें दिक्कत हो जाएगी वो, so that's why I'm just trying, okay, yes, but we are going to make sure that lots of free content is given by DBMCA to us, okay, that was my only condition to start teaching there, that in case you want me a faculty in your institute, please allow my students to have at least my classes for free, okay, so that those who are not joining that institute or joined, they should not be harmed, okay, so that's the case. Plus other faculties also, I will request faculty and institute to give more, okay, and I think right now they are helping us, okay, so they will be helping us in giving mock test, question bank. If you remember, they gave us around 20 days eGurukul app access, remember, so they gave us 20-day access of the eGurukul app, okay, and yes, we used it for solving questions also before the exam, okay, so that's why they might again give us the access for the app. So that's why we want to create such a relationship where students are at benefit and institute should not be at loss. That's the two things, okay, so students are at profit benefit and institute should not be facing a loss, okay. चलो, अरे बाबा फ्री की बात नहीं कर रहा, even if you have to pay something, we will try to find out what is the best possible price, okay, so I'll talk to them on behalf of you people, but right now I cannot make a commitment regarding pricing etc. I'm very bad at business, okay, and asking for fee etc. so that's why I'll ask them to talk to you, but yes, I will recommend whatever requirements you are facing, कि sir we want to join here, anything, any problems, anything, okay, chalo, yes, all classes would be live class, okay, so till I think November end, okay, and around 500 hours of teaching, okay, 500 hours of teaching, okay, plus revision, because if I am teaching, I will make sure the revision are taken plus the what session, the discussion, okay, test, all are there, okay. Face to face I cannot give a commitment, because for face to face we have to again depend on the situation, okay. If government allow, then also how many people would be in Delhi to attend the classes, okay, plus we cannot open for what Chennai 10 people, so I don't think they will also allow, so that's why I cannot give a commitment for face to face, but one thing is sure, that once we are having, okay, I will start face to face revision sessions for free in Delhi, okay, clear, so I will start free face to face revision sessions in Delhi, okay, once the permission is there, okay, so free face to face revision doubt clearing sessions, like we will try to create our Telegram group into, yes, person to person, okay, so doubt sessions, okay, clear. I think by September end I will start this thing and I will intimate you, okay, so yes, what we'll do is I will take some space classroom, okay, so in that classroom we'll follow the social distancing, okay, and mask etc, and I will ask faculties to, yes, please do revisions, okay, 2-3 hour revision of the topic plus doubt sessions, okay, and if possible we'll do chanting of important topics, clear, like drug of choice investigations, plus what is the management protocol, like if this is the case we do, yes, thrombolysis, if this is the case we do angioplasty. Thrombolysis, if less than this, like 30 minutes or 60 minutes, like all this thing, okay. So that will be face to face, okay. So it will be end of September in Delhi, not everywhere. So Delhi and faculties would be there, okay. And Dr. Azam is coming to Delhi, I think in September end. So me, Dr. Azam, if possible, Dr. Ankur plus Dhawan sir if possible. So I'm not taking any names, but in Delhi we'll start the revision session. So I ask all of you to please attend this free revision sessions. They will help you a lot, okay. Chalo. Okay. So Delhi, Gautam Nagar, okay, anywhere else, Gautam Nagar. Okay. Clear? And if everything is fine, we might start full face-to-face classes very soon, okay. Chalo. So I will start now. Okay, fine, okay, no issue, okay. I'll take MCQ discussions online also, okay. Chalo. So start. Okay. So what are the important questions we will see? Now we discuss cardiac output. Very important topic, CO. What is CO? Cardiac output. Cardiac output, okay. Okay. Now what do we see in the case of cardiac output? So let's start. Definition first, okay. It is amount of blood pumped by each ventricle per minute. Are you clear? So amount of blood pumped by each ventricle per minute is called as what? Cardiac output, okay. So first is, how do you estimate the cardiac output? So first is, it is estimated by the following. First is echocardiography, and echo is nothing but ultrasound. So it is nothing but a ultrasound of the heart. And what is the benefit? You know, ultrasound is a technique for visualization, and as you visualize the heart, you can actually see all the chamber, valves, walls for hypertrophy. So it can give chamber, valves, walls. That's full anatomy, okay. Then also it can give flow for any regurgitation and volumes. That is why echocardiography is one of the best investigation for heart, okay. Clear? So this is the case, okay, fine. So what it give? Chamber, valves, walls, flow, volumes, all. So that is the case, okay. And I will just give a simple idea, okay. So just give you a echo showing the 4 chamber view, okay. So can you see? So this shows all the 4 chamber, okay, apical view, okay. And also you can see the, yes, valves, okay. Let me just open. I don't know why the net is not working very well. Ideally I should have downloaded, but again the net was not working very well, so I got new connection, and again I don't know. Yeah, okay, now it is working. So let me just make it bigger. Yeah. So this is the technique of ultrasound, in which the probe is there. This probe is going to throw the sound signals, and the reflected sound signals are going to be used for the purpose, okay. See, so this is showing the, yes, the pumping of the heart, and now they will be showing the views, okay. This is the apical 4 chamber view. Can you see? It's going from the apex. I don't know, net is not here. See, can you see 4 chamber view? Right, left ventricle, these are the tricuspid mitral valves, and these are the atria, okay. Clear? This also you can see the vena cava here, okay. And as you change the view, you can see left ventricle, right ventricle, this is the left atria, right atria. Can you see? So these are the views, okay. Clear? This is a mitral valve, tricuspid valve, right ventricle, left. This is the apex. Okay, this is the right atria, left atria. Okay, clear? चल जा भाई, क्यों बेइज्जती करा रहा है, छोड़ो. Okay, you got the idea ना? So time is the problem. Okay, so I'll just stop it. Okay, so that is why ultrasound is done. Okay, so flow will give you about the condition of AR, TR or any stenosis like AS, MS. Volumes, we will get stroke volume, cardiac output, ejection fraction. Chamber, you can see whether it is dilated or normal, or valves, it can give you what? Problems of valve like any kind of stenosis, or walls we can see for hypertrophy. Okay, so these are the benefit of, yes, ultrasound, that is the echo. Okay, and why it is preferred? Because it has no radiation risk, so even pregnant female you can do. Okay, and second is it is non-invasive, so it is no radiation, no non-invasive, so it is no radiation risk and no this. Okay, so yes, YouTube mein YouTube. Okay, so no radiation and it is non-invasive procedure, non-invasive procedure. Which one? Echocardiography. Are you clear? So echocardiography. So fine. Okay, now number 2 is dye methods. Here we inject a dye and based on the concentration we can calculate the cardiac output. Okay, so the formula, so I'll just tell you, cardiac output is given as amount of dye divide by the concentration of the dye divide by the concentration into time. Okay, so this is the formula and I request you ignore it. They will not ask you the formula, you can skip. Okay, this is something very sure. They have not asked single formula in the exam, they just ask the name of investigation and the findings, but they never ask the complex formula. Like there was a question on biostats, okay, where they were giving number of yes, like in triage question they were giving 86 people had some, remember the triage question? So in that question also, the triage question, they were giving you a data of number of patient there died, etc. So you know you have to what, use which scale, black or red or whatever. Okay, but question is the data was irrelevant to the question, they are just giving to distract. So I'm telling you one thing, be very careful that 70 to 80% of info would be useless. Clear? Fine. So that means 70 to 80% of info would be useless. Okay, clear? Only 20-30% has some significant hint about the answer. Clear? Like a patient came with this age, sometimes the age is not even relevant. Okay, so yes, sometimes it is relevant, sometimes it is not even relevant. Okay, clear? Okay, fine. Let's start now. What is the formula of cardiac output? So cardiac output is given as stroke volume into heart rate. Stroke volume into heart rate. Okay, stroke volume into heart rate. Are you clear? Done? Okay, so stroke volume into heart rate is the concept. Okay, now what is the funda about the stroke volume and heart rate? Let me teach. Okay, first is stroke volume is 70 ml, we know. Heart rate normal is 72 per minute. So 7 7 is 5. So that give approximately 5 liter per minute. This is normal cardiac output. Okay, so normal cardiac output is 5 liter per minute. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So 5 is the value. Okay, Now question is the cardiac output of both ventricles same? Yes, madam. RV and LV are in series, have same volumes and same volumes. Example, cardiac output of LV is equal to cardiac output of RV, that is 5 liter per minute. So are you clear? So 5 liter per minute is the value. So cardiac outputs are exactly the same. It is approximately 5 liter per minute. So what is the value? 5 liter per minute is the value. Are you clear now? Okay. Now, but pressures are not same. Pressure more on left ventricle. So understand this logic. What is same on both the side? Pressures are not same. Pressures are more on the left side because left ventricle is pumping 5 liter cardiac output to entire body, so need more pressure. Right ventricle is pumping just to the lung, so it need less pressure. So what require more pressure? Left ventricle require more pressure, right require less pressure. So pressures are not same. Pressures are not same. So I'll make a simple diagram for you to understand and see. So please pay attention. Okay, see, right ventricle, left ventricle. Okay, see, left ventricle is pumping blood to the body. It is pumping the blood to the body. Okay, so is it going to body? Yes. And the body blood is going to the right ventricle, so it is going to the right ventricle. Are you clear? Okay, fine. And the right ventricle pump blood to the lungs, and lungs will give it to the left ventricle. Are you clear? So remember this simple statement. Okay, now please pay attention. Okay, how much blood left ventricle pump to the body? It is cardiac output 5 liter per minute. Clear? And the body will give the venous return to the left ventricle 5 liter per minute. Then right ventricle will pump the blood to what? To the lungs. So to the cardiac output again 5 liter per minute. Okay, and then the lungs will give it to the body, that is venous return. How? Via the left ventricle 5 liter. So what do you see? Everywhere the volume is same, 5 5 5 5 5 5. So 5 is pumped to the body, body give 5, right ventricle give 5 to the lungs, and ultimately it is a 5 which is everywhere, 5 which is everywhere. Okay, but one thing, what is the pressure here? Pressure here is 120 mmHg, and here it is 25 mmHg. Clear? Fine. So remember this statement, it will very very important. Okay, and I will mention something very very unique, and just give me 1 minute. I'll get my water bottle. I just forgot it. Fine, I'm back. Okay, so fine. Okay, and anyone who want almonds, okay, so my mother sent almonds for you people. Okay, so I know they are not real almonds, they are virtual ones. Okay, so if anyone want to eat, they can eat, they are good for your brain. Okay, chalo. Okay, so let's start. Okay, okay, so have you seen this diagram? Okay, now let's see the problem. Okay, First is, let's say right ventricle fail. So what fail? Right ventricle fail. It is called as RVF. So blood will not go to lungs, and that cause what? Poor exchange, and that causes problem in the gas exchange. Okay, decrease pulmonary blood flow. But that means the blood will accumulate where? In the body, especially legs. Are you clear? So where will the blood accumulate? In the, so it causes what? Congestion. Blood accumulation where? In the lungs or body? It causes systemic congestion. Okay. Okay. So it is systemic. Okay, so it causes systemic congestion. Means congestion where? In the body. Systemic means body. Okay. So where will edema occur? Lungs now, or it will occur in the legs? It will occur in the legs. So it causes pedal edema. And what is the most special thing? Remember, inflammatory edemas are non-pitting or pitting. They are non-pitting because the proteins are there, they hold the water. Whereas non-inflammatory are always and always pitting. So it is which one? Pitting types. Now what is pitting? Pitting is if you press the swelling against the bone. Let's say this medial, I cannot show my, like, okay, understood? So let's say this is the medial millus. Okay, if you press, okay, for let's say around 15 seconds, okay, and then you release, the pit is formed, and this pit will not recover. This is, let's say, the better I show the diagram, okay, because you know this is not. So I'll just show you pitting and non-pitting. See, so what happens in the case of pitting is, when you press the area and leave, the depression doesn't disappear. So if the depression lasts, okay, this is called as pitting edema. Are you clear? So that is why if the edema lasts, see, he's pressing on the swelling and the edema is not going to disappear. That is called what? This is called as pitting edema. Okay, it's a very characteristic hallmark of the ventricular failure. So pitting edema, pitting. And remember, inflammatory edemas, they are mostly non-pitting. Okay, done? Okay. Second, the JVP will fall or rise? Rise, because the heart is not pumping blood. So increase JVP. So that is a marker of what failure? The right heart failure. Then too much fluid will accumulate in the abdomen. Why? Because of the increased blood in the veins. So that causes ascites. Ascites. So that causes ascites. Okay, what is ascites? Fluid in the peritoneal cavity. Okay, so it's fluid, and it is having two main things. What are the two main things? One is it gives a very important thing, that is shifting dullness. And fluid thrill. Now what is this shifting dullness and fluid thrill? So I'll give a very simple idea. Okay, look at this bottle. Okay, let's say this bottle contain water. Right now it is here. If I tilt, the fluid will stay here. Let me close, otherwise my mom will beat me for creating water. So if I shift, I should take a better one. Okay, so I'll take 1 second. Okay. Okay, so look at this. Okay, can you see the cashew nuts are here? Can you see? Okay, so let me change the view also. Okay, so can you see the cashew nuts are at the bottom? Okay, if I shift the cashew nuts, they are going to now shift to the midline and then to the other side. Can you see? So they are shifting. Same way, the fluid has a property of shifting. The fluid can shift. So let's say I am like this. Okay, so when the patient is asked to turn on the side, the fluid will go this side bottom, and this side you will become tympanic. So when you do auscultation like this, the voice is more resonant because air is on the top and the bottom is becoming dull. And if you shift to other side, what happens? The side which is on the upper side will have more air, more resonant, and the other would become dull. So that is why on what thing, on percussion you will get dullness shifting from one side to other side. Are you clear? Fine. And what is fluid thrill? In fluid thrill the patient lies down and he keep the hand on the middle, and the examiner, what does the examiner do? He will strike like this. See, so what happens is I will keep my hand on the other side and this side I tap. So what happens? The vibrations of the fluid will be felt on the other hand. So I strike the abdomen from this side and I feel the vibration thrill on the other side. So this is the abdomen, okay, and this is the fluid, okay. This is my examiner's hand, okay, and this side I will strike. Please don't ask me sir ye kya bana rahe ho sir. See, I'm still making my efforts, okay. So I will strike. और कैरम खेलते हैं कैरम. So like carom I will strike like this, and what happens is the fluid will be pushed and it cause vibrations which I will feel here. This is called as the fluid thrill. This was your image question, okay. This was your image question. So that's why in a ascitic patient what do we check? We check shifting dullness and we check the fluid thrill, okay. So I hope we are getting all the questions right, done in the class discussion. That's why I never kept a separate discussion. Why? I thought better take these almonds or this cashew nut and put it in my halwa kheer and make it tasty. So that's why I'm doing the questions in my class itself, okay. Done. And I'll show you the diagram also in case someone says sir ये diagram आपका गंदा है. I know it's bad, but this is a fluid thrill, okay. Okay, so we keep the hand in the midline and one side is for, yes, feeling the thrill, other we strike, okay, and that is called as fluid thrill. Can you see the doctor here? He is striking this side, okay. So patient keep the middle. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. अरे भाई दिखा दे यार, इतना मत बोल. मैंने बोल दिया. I talk. मैंने बोला सब. आप दिखाओ बस. हाँ देखो. So patients keeping the middle. One side is for palpation. So he's keeping on the this and he will now strike. It's not a very good one, okay. First he's not having ascites, okay. I don't want to make the comment, but this patient is not having ascites, okay. मज़ा नहीं आया. मज़ा नहीं आया. मज़ा नहीं आया. बिल्कुल नहीं आया. ठीक है. So I think this is a better diagram. Can you see? This is ascites. You can see the superficial veins getting distended. You can also see some spider nevi. It is 100% ascitic patient, okay. This is a true ascites look like, okay. वो ऐसे फर्जी था, okay. So now you strike. Can you see? Carom strike, and this you are feeling the thrill on the opposite side, okay. This is fluid thrill, okay. चलो, okay. So let's start, okay. What other things? The blood will fill in the liver and the liver will enlarge. So which organ keep enlarging? The liver. So it causes what? It causes chronic venous congestion. So increase liver size. Okay, called as hepatosplenomegaly. Hepatosplenomegaly. Okay, so hepatosplenomegaly. Okay, and also what happens? When you press the liver, the blood which is filled in liver. So if I press the liver, the blood will go to the heart and heart cannot pump it to the lung. So that's why the JVP will rise. So on pressing upon the liver, the blood shift to the, yes, jugular vein. So that's why increase JVP on pressing over the liver. Okay, this is called as abdomino jugular reflux. Reflux, not reflex. So what are these signs of? These are the signs of which heart failure? So they all are the signs of right heart failure. So they are the signs of which failure? Right heart failure. Are you clear? So right heart failure is the case. Okay, done. Okay, so we have covered lots of questions till now, okay, related to medicine. Now if failure occur in the left heart, that is LVF, that is left heart failure. Okay, so what happens? First is the body will not get the blood, so there is a decreased cardiac output, decreased BP, and this causes cardiogenic shock. Cardiogenic shock. And kidneys will not get the blood, so that causes decreased urine output. Why? Kidneys not getting the blood. Are you clear? So why urine output fall? Because kidneys are unable to get perfusion. Then muscles are not getting blood, so person become what? He faints. So muscle become weak. And faint. Why? Because the muscles are not having. And if there is what? Skin not getting blood, so skin become cold because of vasoconstriction. Why? Again due to less blood. So if there is less blood to muscle, skin, the person will have, and even brain cause fainting. So muscles weak, this, and GIT shut down, all these organs are gone. Are you clear now? Cardiogenic shock. Okay, so that's the case. Plus second problem of LVF is what? So one is cardiogenic shock, other is what? Pulmonary congestion and edema. So pulmonary congestion and edema is the case. Okay, now what is the special thing about the pulmonary congestion and edema? So let me tell you the special thing about the pulmonary congestion and edema that you have to remember always, kids, is which one? So let me explain. So it is basically, I'll give an idea. It cause, one is bat wing, which I discussed already on X-ray, curly B lines. Then also it cause what? The PND, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea or orthopnea. Then it cause loud S3, S3 sound increases, increase S3, called as gallop rhythm. Okay, because of congestion. Okay, gallop. And special thing is, where does the edema occur? Mainly in the base. So that is why there are, when the person breathe, there are voices which are because of fluid air mixing, called as bubbling sound, crepitation. So it causes basal craps. Basal craps. Okay, so basal craps indicate there is fluid accumulation in the lungs. So this is the fluid. So when this person breathe, this fluid mix with the inspired air and cause what? Crepitations. Okay, they are crackling sound, also called as crackles. So these are heard in the inspiration mainly. Okay, so these are all feature of what? Right heart, left heart failure. So they are the feature of, yes, left heart failure. So how to remember? Let me teach you, kids. First, pulmonary congestion, edema, cardiac shock are markers of LVF. They are marker of LVF. Clear? Why? Because the blood is accumulating where? In the lungs. So lungs are becoming congested. If what fail? Left heart fail, lungs are congested. Left heart fail, lungs are congested. And if there is a problem in the right heart, the congestion etc. occur in the body, in the legs. This is systemic congestion. Are you clear? Now, if one ventricle fail, the other will also fail eventually. And when both ventricle fail, so that remember, okay, LVF plus RVF is called as CHF. Clear? That is congestive heart failure. So now you will see congestion everywhere. So now you will see the features of congestion everywhere. So in congestive heart failure, LVF and RVF both are clubbed, and we will see congestion everywhere. So where is congestion now? We will see congestion everywhere. So that means, how will you identify it is LVF, RVF? Like I'll give example. Okay, so let's give an idea and you people identify what is the person diagnosis. Okay, so a patient come to you with pulmonary edema. It is LVF, then period edema. Now if they both are there, this is CHF. Are you clear? If both are present, it is CHF. Okay, or he has basal Krebs, or he's having what? The PND or orthopnea. They are all markers of what? LVF. Whereas increased JVP is a marker of what? RVF. So when you get feature of both combined, this is called as what? Congestive. This, okay, clear? Cor pulmonale is different. Okay, it is basically related to emphysema, COPD. It's a right heart failure. Okay, so we'll discuss that later. Okay, so what is the concept? CHF is what? It is combination of right and left heart both. Okay, so congestive heart failure. Okay, now I have a question for you. Okay, so that is why the diagnostic criteria okay include features of LVF and RVF. So diagnostic criteria include features of RVF and LVF. Are you clear? RVF and LVF, and it is called as dash criteria. RIA का नाम आ गया देखो, RIA criteria. Okay, so RIA. Okay, so what are the criteria? Okay, nowadays most famous name RIA. Okay, so what is the name? Anyone? What is the name of criteria for CHF? Anyone? Criteria for CHF. Answer. Very good. Okay, so now I will teach in my style. Okay, see, understand, most of the death occur because of either heart or respiratory failure. Yes or no? Heart failure, respiratory. Okay, now understand, if your heart fail, you will be alive or you will be dead. So if heart is fail, you will die. Now when you are alive, what happens? You are taking photos of people and putting them in frame all, but when you die, you yourself become a part of the photo frame. Can you see? Okay, okay, and people put this garland. Yes or no? So now you are out of the frame or you are in the frame. So now you are in the frame. So frame in, frame के अंदर in, हम कब आ जाते हैं? जब हमारा दिल चला जाता है. So Framingham's criteria. Are you clear? Framingham's criteria. So when do we enter the frame? Answer is Framingham's criteria is the condition. So याद रहेगा, Framingham, फ्रेम के अंदर हम आ गए क्योंकि हार्ट चला गया. So Framingham's criteria. Are you clear? Framingham's criteria. Okay. And special thing is about the Framingham's criteria. What? Framingham study is a what? It's a prospective study, prospective cohort study done for heart disease patients. So it is prospective. So two questions. Okay, one is yes, prospective study criteria, and also is a criteria for heart failure. Easy. Okay, चलो. सो फ्रेम के अंदर हम कब आते हैं? जब हमारा दिल चला जाता है. याद रखना, ठीक है, फ्रेमिंगम. ओके, सो कभी भूल गए तो याद रखना, आशीष सर ने बोला था फ्रेम के अंदर आ गया, ठीक है, और ये बंदा फ्रेम में चला गया, हम फ्रेम के अंदर हम. ओके, चलो, नाउ वी विल सी द रिमेनिंग कंसेप्ट्स. वन इज रेगुलेशन ऑफ कार्डियक आउटपुट एंड स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम. सो विल स्टार्ट विद रेगुलेशन of stroke volume. How do you control? Answer is Frank-Starling law. Frank-Starling law, okay. Now what does it say? It says that if you increase the EDV, if you increase the EDV, it causes a increase in stroke volume. So when you increase the EDV, that is when you fill heart with more blood, more the filling, more, ऐसे याद कर लो, more filling, more pumping, more pumping. This is called as Frank-Starling law. So more you fill the heart, more heart will pump the blood. That is called as Frank-Starling's law. Okay. Now what does it look like? So let me show. It look like this. Okay, so please pay attention. This is, let's say, stroke volume, and this is, let's say, EDV. So stroke volume and EDV. So what is the relationship? The relationship is a very, very simple one. So what is that? Okay, if I increase the EDV, the stroke volume also increase up to a limit. Obviously you cannot go beyond the limit, up to a limit. Okay, so this is Frank-Starling curve. So what is it called as? Frank-Starling curve. That is FS curve. Okay, so please copy. This is called as Frank-Starling's curve. Frank-Starling. Okay, fine. Now let me give an example. Let's say EDV is 120 ml. Now if you see the stroke volume, let's say it is 70 ml. If I make it 130 ml, it will increase to 80 ml. Easy. So as you increase the EDV, stroke volume also increase. That is called as Frank-Starling law. That is, more the EDV, more the stroke volume. Let me give an example. So example is exercise. When we people exercise, the muscles, they contract and they will compress the leg veins. So exercise causes increase venous return. Reason? Muscle pump. Remember, exercise increase the return. Then sympathetic. Also by what? Inspiration. So they all increase the venous return, and higher venous return cause a increased EDV, and increased EDV cause a increased stroke volume. That is what is Frank-Starling law. And if stroke volume increase cardiac output, and that is how you are able to give more blood to the body. So that will increase the blood flow to the body, increase blood supply. So that's why when you exercise, the muscle will send blood from veins to the heart, and heart will get more blood, more filling, more pumping. So that's why here is increase filling, increase pumping. So simple language, जितना भरोगे उतना दबाओ, मतलब उतना निकालोगे. Okay, so more you fill, more you pump, more you fill, more you pump. Okay, that is called what? Frank-Starling's law. Okay, now is there any other technique of increasing stroke volume? Yes, one more technique is there, and that is called as inotropic effect. So let me show how. We give some drug which increase calcium ion. If you give calcium ion, again stroke volume increase, and this increase in the calcium ion cause an increase in stroke volume, increase in stroke volume. So this is called as what? This is called as a left shift. So you can write it here, left shift or positive inotropic effect. So what happens here? In this case, V don't change या increase EDV but increase calcium ions, increase calcium, and more calcium cause increase contraction more calcium cause increase, and that increase the stroke volume. So very simple rule. If you want to make stroke volume from 70 to 80, there are two techniques. What are the two techniques? One is you increase the EDV, and that is Frank Starling, and other is you increase the calcium ion. So calcium ion is called as ionotropic effect. Ionotropic effect. Are you clear now? So I will explain. Okay? Don't worry, Babita, I'll explain it later. But right now, just remember a very, very important thing. Okay? So understand, increase stroke volume. Is it possible? Yes. Why not? So write down. Increase stroke volume. There are two techniques. One is increase the EDV or increase the calcium. Okay. If you increase the EDV, this is Frank Starling law. If you increase calcium, this is ionotropic effect. Are you clear? And they both increase the stroke volume. Example, one is exercise, other is IV fluids in hypovolemic shock. So in hypovolemic shock, if you give IV fluids, the volume increase, and if volume increase, the EDV increase. So this will increase the volume and this will increase the EDV, and that increase stroke volume, increase cardiac output, increase BP, and the problem is solved. So that is why do we give IV fluids in hypovolemic shock? Simply to correct the volume. Simply to correct the volume. Are you clear now? Easy. Ionotropic. Here the volume is not the problem. The heart has the blood. The volume is normal. So in ionotropic, the volume. Example, digoxin or dobutamine, okay, or noradrenaline, okay, they are used to increase stroke volume, cardiac output in cardiogenic shock. That is congestive heart failure. So in congestive heart failure, what drugs are given? IV fluids? No, never give IV fluids. IV fluids are contraindicated. Heart is already congested. Too much blood is there. What is the treatment? We should, yes, rather give inotropes, okay, like digoxin, dobutamine, norepinephrine. And in hypovolemic, what is the problem? There is no volume. So the treatment, give fluids. So fluids in hypovolemic shock, and digoxin, dobutamine, norepinephrine, dopamine, they are given in cardiogenic shock. So easy it is. So either give fluids or give the what? IV fluids, or give the inotropic agents. Okay, inotropic agents. Okay, fine. Now how does the inotropic agents work? Okay, so I told you to increase the calcium. So right, inotropic agents. So we are discussing what? Inotropic agents. So please pay attention so that you never ever forget. So I'll start the topic. One is epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, dobutamine. So what they do? They act by beta 1 adrenergic receptor, increase the calcium, and that cause increased contraction. So the inotropic agent we are discussing, they increase the calcium. Number 2, okay, number 2, digitalis, which is not used nowadays, or digoxin. Digoxin, what it will do? It blocks sodium potassium pump, and that will cause increased sodium and this sodium is then exchanged with calcium. So there is a 3 sodium 1 calcium exchanger, which will throw the sodium out and bring the calcium. So again increase the calcium. So the whole story, it block the sodium pump, which increase the sodium. High sodium get exchanged with sodium and calcium. If it get exchanged with this, what happens? It causes increase in the calcium. It causes a increase in the calcium. Are you clear now? Fine. So increase calcium. Okay, fine. So increase calcium. So ultimately they all are increasing the calcium here. Okay. Third, we have aminophylline. It again does what? Increase cyclic AMP, and this cyclic AMP again increases calcium. So what is the one line summary? They all increase the calcium. They all increase the which ion? Calcium. And more the calcium, more the contraction. Okay. So what are the name of the agents? The answer is all these, all this, all this. So they all increase the calcium ion. Okay. So what is the summary? Summary is very simple. Please copy. Topic is regulation of cardiac output. Regulation of CO. What is CO? Cardiac output. What is CO? It is cardiac output. First is during exercise. During exercise, what happens? So during exercise, there is increase need of oxygen and blood, okay, by muscles. So cardiac output will rise. How much? By 20 to 25 liter per minute. So this is normal or extra? This is extra cardiac output. So it increases how much? 20 to 25 liter per minute. This is extra. This is called as cardiac reserve. So what is cardiac reserve? It is extra cardiac output. So what is cardiac reserve? Extra cardiac output. Okay. So what is the extra cardiac output we are having? It is called as the cardiac reserve. Are you clear? Cardiac reserve. Okay. Fine. Now what is the mechanism? So let's see mechanism. So the mechanism of cardiac reserve is as follows. Okay. So let's start. So what is the mechanism? So start. First is there is increased sympathetic. Now what is the formula of cardiac output? Stroke volume into heart rate. Stroke volume into heart rate. So sympathetic will increase the stroke volume, okay, and also increase the heart rate. So increase the stroke volume, increase the heart rate. How? Let's see. Beta 1 receptor, beta 1. So beta 1 will increase the stroke volume. So beta 1 will increase the stroke volume. How? By increasing calcium ion in muscle, and this cause more contraction. This is called as what? Inotropic effect. Inotropic effect. Are you clear? Second, if you want to increase cardiac output, you can also target what? You can also target our which thing? The heart rate. So we can increase the heart rate also. Now this is called as which effect? See, what is the word acute and chronic means? Chronic means what? Time. Chronic means time. Remember acute, chronic. So it is called as time. Heart rate is minute na. Chronotropic effect. Chrono. Remember time. Chronotropic effect. So it is called as the chronotropic effect. So once again, inotropic effect is beta 1 increase the calcium in the muscle, and that is called as inotropic effect. Inotropic effect. An increased heart rate is chronotropic effect. It is chronotropic effect. What is the mechanism? Again beta 1, but this time on SA node. And what does it? Open calcium channel. Open calcium L channels, and this L channel bring more current, so it cause increased currents, and increased current create more and more action potential. What the current called is depolarization. Then write in bracket depolarization. Okay, just write increase APs, better answer, increase action potential. So that's why it causes more heart rate. Okay, so now summary: sympathetic increase the stroke volume, inotropic. So let me just highlight. So what is the heart rate called as? It is chronotropic, beta 1 SA node, calcium L channel. Okay, and what is the increase beta 1 on muscle? Inotropic stroke volume. So stroke volume is inotropic, stroke volume is inotropic, stroke volume is inotropic, and heart rate is chronotropic, heart rate is chronotropic, and the mechanism is different. Muscle is ino, SA node is chrono, SA node is chrono. Let's do some pharma. If you give a beta blocker, it will inhibit this receptor, beta blocker, and cause a decrease in the heart rate. And if you give a CCB, that is calcium channel blocker, again the heart rate will decrease. So CCB, that is calcium channel blocker. Okay, example verapamil. Okay, verapamil. Okay, diltiazem. Okay, okay, amlodipine, so many there. Okay, just remember, so they are basically causing what? They are causing decrease in heart rate. Beta blocker, example propranolol. Okay, atenolol. So they are lols, lol. So these are the drugs which decreases the heart rate. Okay, so therefore if there is a arrhythmia, what drugs we can give? We can give beta blocker or we can give CCB. Okay, so they are given names. So let me just give the name of antiarrhythmics. Just copy: antiarrhythmics. What they do? They decrease the heart rate. What they do? Decrease the heart rate. So class 1 is sodium blocker. And sodium causes the depolarization, so sodium blocker. Class 2, alpha beta blocker. Then class 3, third ion channel, or third is what? Potassium, so potassium blocker. And class 4, remember 4, calcium is what? 4, it has what valency? 4, na? It can bind to 4 atoms, so calcium is 4, okay, char. So calcium is 4, char. Okay, it is CCB. So this is your anti-arrhythmic drug classification also. Are you clear? So what are the anti-arrhythmic drugs we use? Sodium channel blocker like lidocaine, procainamide, all are class 1. Beta blocker, all lols, they are lols. They are basically canes like lidocaine, lignocaine. Okay, they are canes. Okay. Okay, then potassium blockers, okay, flecainide, and CCB, okay, they are the category, okay, like verapamil. Okay, so I hope everything is clear to you. Now we left with BP part. Okay, so I will finish class here so that you get more time for revision, and in the night we will do MCQs. Okay, if possible I'll come online and do. Right now I'm very hectic, I can't tell you, because after this I have to talk to other things also. Otherwise I will take after the class revision. Okay, so finish class here. Okay, you people please revise. Okay, revise. Okay, because this is too much material. Revise, and in the night we'll solve MCQs. Okay, if possible I'll come live and do the MCQs with you. Otherwise you just solve MCQs on group. Okay, clear? Fine. And all those who want to know about the Bhartiya live classes, etc., so I will ask them to give us some information so that we can share. And please don't do any payment till you verify with any of us. Okay, clear? Why? Because some people, they are putting message urgent, please pay, and then when they pay they get some link. So please don't pay till you get the verified source from either me or some group member like Sarah, Dr. Dilip, okay, or the Bhatia Institute itself, okay. Don't do any payment till it is verified, okay, because there are so many frauds, okay. Even I lost 10,000 rupees they did from my account, okay. So please don't do any payment, okay. If you want to join the class, ask me, ask us, we'll give a verified portal where you can pay, but don't ever pay to anyone unverified, okay. So we will finish the class. I hope you all understood whatever is being taught to you, okay, clear. And I'm just giving a prospective schedule. You will have a secretary class after me, which I got to know, and then you will be having Azam sir anatomy class, okay. That is what is told to us till now. Rest will confirm and then inform you very soon, okay, clear. Study strategy for FNG, yes, we'll make soon, okay. I'm just struck here, okay. Let me just get this information from NB also, okay. We are trying to mail them, call them, talk to them, okay. So that is why, okay. So we'll finish, okay. Please revise, night solve, and don't worry, we are going to do everything in right manner, okay. But you people, please study, okay, for any possible exam, okay. Why? If you pass, that is very much sure you have passed, you should study for PG exam, because next or whatever exam is there, you should have a very good chance, okay. Next ऐसे ही तो आएगा clinical question, okay. And that is what, okay. चलो ठीक है, नोट्स डाल देंगे भाई ग्रुप में, ओके. सो ऑल द नोट्स यू वांट दे विल बी अवेलेबल इन द ग्रुप. नोट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, ओके. बट माय एडवाइस, सो वी विल अपलोड द नोट्स. सो व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग इज, सो नोट्स वी विल create our own. So notes we will add images and MCQs, and then we will, yes, then we will make a PDF and post in the groups, okay. Okay, and one request, please add as many students you are having to the group, so that as the group become bigger, it will give us a chance to what, yes, help so many people. Plus it also have its own advantage. You also know that we'll get lots of free classes. The teachers will also take free sessions for us, because where more students are, everyone is attracted to that area, okay. So that's why you can add students to the group. So my request, please add students so that we are able to, yes, help them, okay. Chalo, good night, take care. Yes Pranav, okay, you can watch it later. Just ask me where to get the link, I'll help you, okay. So any problem, I'm there, okay. Chalo, CVS will do CNS, okay, we'll do CNS, okay. So after CVS we'll do CNS, okay, we'll do CNS, and then we will take the topics of, देखो एंडो हो गया, GIT general, we'll do GIT general, okay. Kidney I'll take in the end, okay. Kidney, and kidney is already there on the YouTube. If you want to see now, you can see, otherwise I'll take it later, okay. So CNS, GIT, general physio, okay. Blood would be covered in the pathology, okay. Chalo, good night, take care. It's okay Kaushal, don't take stress, okay. Always be positive, okay. Chalo, take care, good night, bye bye.